Alright, so what's your quick view on the Armstrong Live documentary?
Yeah, he swears a lot. Yeah, like my husband swears a lot too. That was kind of annoying. It's a lot of F words. So yeah, Lance Armstrong did a documentary. They showed old videos where he lied, and then later on, the people that he was teammates with, they confessed that they were doing the drugs too, to better themselves, to enhance themselves, which was illegal, the weird things they did. And it's kind of stupid that how far you go with your body. Lance Armstrong did some stupid stuff like blood transfusion. He'll take some blood out in order to trigger his body to produce more blood cells or some sort of thing to make him better. And right before the competition, he'll like put the blood back into him to be stronger. So it's kind of weird, like, okay. And he'll do all this sorts of stupid stuff, and then his teammates would do it too. And so it seemed like the teammates hated each other, you know, that fight together. And it seems like they were jealous of each other, and they were just very competitive with each other. So eventually, they kind of started to backstab each other or whatever. And so it's kind of dumb how competition makes people into what they are eventually, where they start becoming more corrupt and start becoming more like not happy for people in a good way, but rather being more jealous of each other. So I honestly think like competition is kind of stupid. You know, it's kind of like when people do competition for who's the best chef of the year, or who's got the best spaghetti, who's got the best pizza, who's got the best chicken wings, I think it's just really silly. I feel that even into competitive sports, you know, doing athletic stuff, it just makes people kind of change themselves, where they are no longer really happy for themselves, but rather be more competitive, which leads to them being more corrupt and leading them to do more things where you end up cheating, you know. And also just internally, your heart and soul is no longer really happy for people in a good way. You rather have more excitement by focusing on their downfalls, you know. So it kind of really changes your personality, I see. So I think competition inevitably changes people for the worse, I feel. And you know what, people can say whatever they want against what I just said, but I just feel like people who are very competitive will end up coming to like a downfall upon themselves, pretty much. And I think sometimes people get so overly whelmed with being so competitive that it just destroys their happiness and just enjoying the moment. And just be happy for people that progress or do well or win, you know. But I think people get so competitive to a point that they get jealous and they become kind of nasty themselves without realizing it. And they kind of do harmful things to their body that really affects their health and wellness. So seeing that alone, how far he went in that documentary by confessing what he did to his own body and stuff, is just, you know, overboard. And it's kind of stupid because he led people to believing that he overcame cancer, and how people believed him as a savior of cancer and such bravery. And what really upset me is that he made people believe in him. He made children with cancer believe in him, and people with cancer or illness in general believe in him, and how he couldn't let that go. It's like, for my point was, what I mentioned to Freddie was, once you win the first time, second, third time, shouldn't you feel guilty already and feel like, hey, I'm a fake, I'm a fraud, you know? So shouldn't you realize that you should stop competing if you're not going to be fair and truthful? But the thing is, a lot of those people in competition in general will do drugs to enhance themselves to win in general. So it's kind of like, hey, everybody's doing it, everyone's hiding it, so I should do it too if I can win. Because if I don't do it, I'll never win. So by joining a competition, it already shows that you're going to end up leading to corruption on your own. And people could say, no, I do it for fun sportsmanship. Okay, whatever. But eventually, if you're the type of person who can't handle it later down in life, it will corrupt you in some way. And you'll do it naturally just to win or just get the attention or fame, whatever. So that's why people always tell me to join like competition for food competition, you know. I'm like, no thanks, because I really don't need to prove myself, and I really don't feel like I need to win. If I did win, I really wouldn't feel comfortable, because it would make me feel like, oh, I'm better than you, that's why I won. Same thing with like pageants and stuff. Girls are always competing. Oh, I didn't win because I wasn't good enough. They just end up messing up their head, ruining their self-esteem, that, oh, I wasn't beautiful enough as that girl. I wasn't good enough. I didn't answer the question good enough. My dress wasn't good enough. I'm not as pretty as the other girls. It's just stupid. Those competition pageant shows are really asking for self-esteem destruction. So people who join that stuff, you're asking for it, and I think it's the parents that are getting these girls at a young age involved with these competition, like pageant shows, to see who's the most perfect girl out of 20 to 50 girls. You know, it's just really asking for it. For my daughter Angelina, I would never put her in a competition for her looks and so-called talents, and it's just really gonna mess up my daughter, feeling that I wasn't perfect enough. That's why I didn't win. It's really stupid, that's what I'm saying, you know? So whoever wanna compete, go ahead, because I think it's just gonna lead to a lot of self-esteem destruction and a lot of competition that will fire back at you to making you feel like you weren't good enough, or you weren't perfect enough, or you didn't work hard enough. I just think competition is completely silly. So you competitive people who want to compete and so on, enjoy the consequences, and hopefully you could handle if you don't ever win. So if you win, congrats, but there'll be a lot of haters on you. So that's all I have to say about it. So.